You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You're watching the Modding Corner, and today we're going to be showing you how to play with mods in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So this video will cover the patcher and installer, as well as some tricks you can do to get the patcher to make the game work more for your liking. And before I get started, I just wanted to state that all the tools used in this video will be in the description, and to pay attention to the timestamps in the pinned comment. And the last thing I wanted to say before we get started is that mods are exclusive to legal PC versions of the game and doesn't work on consoles. And no, these mods don't count. We don't do that here. With all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be showing you guys is how to actually get the patcher working. Now, this is actually not going to take long at all. It's a very simple process. Just follow exactly what I'm doing on screen and make sure you have the correct tools to use it. So the first thing you're going to need is an extractor of some kind, rather it be just your natural Windows extractor or WinRAR. You can just download WinRAR for free pretty much here. You can like download the 64-bit version and have that installed on your PC and it'll work just fine. But once you have that installed, you're going to want to go to Eternity's tools, which will be in the description of today's video. So just check the description, and you're going to want to download all of the files here, and it shouldn't take that long to download. And just like that's done, you're going to want to open the folder that you downloaded it in. Then you're going to want to take this and use WinRAR or whatever you're using to extract the files here. And as you can see, it shows up in a little folder like this. So you're going to want to open this folders, and you see all this here. It might look a little overwhelming, but the first thing you're going to want to do is look for the Xenoverse 2 patcher. So you're going to want to extract the patcher here, like so. And now you have the Xenoverse 2 patcher. Next, you're going to want to go to Steam and find your Xenoverse 2. Just full screen so you guys can see where I keep mine. I'm going to want to right click, go to manage, go to browse local files, and this is your Xenoverse 2 directory. So just for future reference, when I'm talking about like the Xenoverse 2 directory, this screen right here is what I'm talking about. So it's going to be Steam library, Steam apps, common, Xenoverse 2. So what you're going to want to do is take your patcher and open it, and everything that you see in this folder, you're going to want to grab this, copy, and paste it. And it should look like that. And the next thing you're going to want to do to make sure that the patcher works is boot up your game. Now, I'm going to say this too, never boot the game directly from Steam, because it'll activate Easy Anti-Cheat, and Easy Anti-Cheat won't allow you to play with mods. It'll block it and like detect it as a malicious file. So you're going to want to boot it up from the bin folder, which you can do from here. If it's easier for you, you can pin this to your taskbar just to like make it like, you know, a more natural transition, but you're always going to want to boot it up from this folder if you want mods to work. So we're going to boot the game up. And now that we are on the title screen of the game, as you can see, the version in the bottom right hand corner says 1.22 patcher 4.3, and you're going to want to make sure that when you're on the title screen, it says that. If it does not say patcher on your title screen, your game will not be able to be modded. So do not do anything else in this video until you see that it says patcher on it. Okay, so next we're going to be showing you how to install mods with the Xenoverse 2 INS. So now that we have the patcher installed, I'm going to be showing you how to use the Xenoverse 2 INS. So you're going to want to go back to your Eternity tools folder and then extract the IMS the same way that you did the patcher. And then you're just going to want to open this and then boot up XV2 INS, shut up Windows security. So I'm actually glad that happened, so I can show you guys how to get around that issue. So If your PC picks up the INS as some kind of virus like that, you're gonna wanna go into your Windows security, then go to your protection history, and then where it says this app has been blocked, you're gonna wanna open your Windows security and then allow the program to run. Click yes. Sorry if my screen is going black, it just does that. Now, once you have that fixed, you're gonna wanna open your INS. And it's going to ask you that your Z2M needs to be registered. So basically what you're gonna wanna do is just add this to the registry. There we go, it should open. So my like Xenoverse 2 installer just has like a bunch of stuff because obviously I install stuff all the time. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just going to clear installation. So this is what yours is gonna look like upon boot up if you never modded before. It's basically just gonna ask you to like for your Game Pass. So you're just gonna want to take it to wherever you keep your Xenoverse directory. Typically it is under Steam library, Steam apps, common, and then DB Xenoverse 2. And then yeah, that's basically it, or just the bin, and then here. You're gonna press OK. And bada bing, bada boom, you have the mod installer open. So we're gonna just install a singular mod here. So the mod that I've pretty much just chosen to install, let me just find where I kept the file. So the mod we're gonna install is Focus Kamehameha by Unleashed. You're just gonna wanna click open, and since it's just a simple X2M, you're just gonna want to install it. So any Z2M or X2M like type mod, you're gonna want to just install using that method. So there's actually two different methods when it comes down to installing mods. So that what you just seen here is just like a traditional mod installation. So you're gonna want to go in game to see if the mod works. So as you can see, I just bought my new ultimate from the skill shop. This is where most mods or like skill mods that you'll install will be, right here. So I'm gonna go and test it out.
Greetings.
I miss my flying mods. So yeah, as you can see, we're loaded up in game and we're just gonna test out the Focus Kamehameha, and it works just fine. So that's basically how you install most X2M mods in the game. It is pretty simple install. That's how most mods work when it comes to installation. Now there is another type of installation in the Xenoverse 2 installer. These are dedicated apps for certain mods that need their own installer to change things in the game to make a mod out of. So I'm gonna be showing you how to install mods like that next. Here we go. So here I have the Equipable Auras installer by Demon Boy. This mod allows you to change your auras and they will change in game. So yeah, this is another installer mod. So what you're gonna want to do with these is just boot them up. And then look for your Xenoverse 2 directory. So just go to browse, and then again, pretty much do the exact same thing. Steam library, Steam apps, common, Xenoverse 2. And yeah, there's gonna be like options and stuff to some mods. So I'm just gonna like leave glare as false and then install. Boom, the mod was successfully installed. Then you're gonna want to go back and boot up Xenoverse 2. Damn, that starter was crazy. So yeah, now that we're in the game, I'm going to equip my aura. For this video, let's do Potential Unleashed because I like the white auras. So yeah, what this mod does is it basically allows you to use whatever aura that you have equipped on whatever CAC you want. So we're just gonna boot up the game. Shut up, Trunks. So yeah, as you can see, my aura is white now, and that's just because of the mod that I had installed. So yeah, that's basically how you install mods that have an installer application. Now there are like some mods that kind of mix Z2Ms and installer applications, but if they do, they should typically have like readme files or just like an installer guide, and just make sure you follow that correctly to get the mods you want installed. But yeah, so now that you know how to install mods and mod installers, we're just gonna go over some basic features that the patcher allows you to do. So yeah, here we're gonna be manually editing the patcher, and in order to do that, you're gonna want to get Notepad++ so you can be able to turn it into a writable file. Then you're gonna want to go back to your directory, Then in here, you're going to want to go to Patcher and then open your Xenoverse to Patcher with Notepad++. And yeah, this is pretty much like everything you see here for the Patcher. You got like loose files here, new characters, new stages. It pretty much like explains to you what it does here, but I'll just pretty much like go over what everything does. So yeah, this stuff pretty much unlocks everything in the game for you on all your characters. This pretty much like unlocks like character mods. This pretty much like unlocks like any like errors. So if you want to like go back and see like what's causing your game to like mess up, you can like go into the Xenoverse log and check it out. You got like BAC, BCM, you got battle timer, which can like remove like the battle time limit and stuff. You got the AI extend, you got UI enemy portrait. But yeah, so I'm gonna go over like a couple of important ones that I like to use. So we have like hide battle UI. I usually have that like set to true. That way you can have like your UI toggle on and off. It's good for like photo modes if you're trying to like capture any skill mod, so like the HUD isn't in the way at all. And don't transform during cutscenes. Let me set that to true. Now this pretty much like allows you to stay transformed in cutscenes like in Xenoverse 1. I don't know if it works on every race, but I know it definitely works on the Saiyans. And we're also going to change excessive air contamination from true or from false to true, I must say. This allows you to play the game online, basically. So once you have like this installed, you'll be able to like kind of like hop into any games. I will say though, if you play the game modded, don't try and play regular online. It will not work. Your game will crash. But if you're playing with mods and whoever you're playing with have the same mods as you and you both have this feature on, you can play mods together. So yeah, and here's just a bunch of like debug patches, pretty much just like what the patcher does and whatnot. So yeah, it's just a couple of neat things you can do. Like, you know, of course, like you can, just have this list of stuff. It'll tell you exactly, what you can do. But if there's anything you want to like change, you can just change it from like false to true, pretty much. So yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I know some of you have been waiting a long time for this video, and I was waiting for the patcher to update before making it. Massive shout out to Eternity. Without him continuing to update the patcher over all of these years, we would not have mods at all. So please, for me, be sure to send some love his way and tell him that I sent you. With that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, I have a couple of other modding tutorials on the channel that you can find, and a whole short series dedicated to cool mods I found on this game. So you can check them out if you want to learn more about modding. Be sure to like the video and send it to a friend if they need it. And don't forget to subscribe to the Modding Corner if you want more videos like this. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Oh, you're still here? What are you doing? You can go mod Xenoverse now. Go watch another video or something. Shoo.